Hi, my name is Erin Micklow, and I'm here with the ladies of Bad Cop, Bad Cop. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Myra. I play drums. Stacey, guitar, singing.
Jenny, guitar and singing. Lynn, bass and singing.
So you girls just announced that you'll be playing all 5 dates of the Punk and Drublic European tour. What's your favorite part about playing Europe?
It's hospitality.
Totally, yeah. Government subsidized hospitality, and
They make clubs give up. Yeah, we get like 2 meals a day and free housing. That's
and you get to see things that are super old and amazing that we never would get to see otherwise.
Traveling and playing our music and across the world is crazy and awesome.
Castles. So awesome. It's cool.
Lots of castles.
The European fans are the best.
Yeah.
They come out to all the shows. And it doesn't matter what day of the week, so it's probably going to be a really packed.
I think the festival is going to go off. Yeah, it might be.
Crazy.
I think it's going to be huge over there. People love Fat Mike.
Yeah. The American ones were really fun. I went to the one in Huntington Beach, and it was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Stacey, you just got out of the hospital. You were hospitalized just 1 month ago. How are you out playing shows right now?
I don't have any idea why I'm pushing myself to do it, but I didn't want to cancel and let anybody down was 1. 2 is that I love to do this, so this is like my most favorite thing to do. And 3, like, I'm alive. I almost wasn't. That was the scariest thing. Like, so I want to do and live and not sit around in my funk and think I'm sick and dying. Yeah. You know, I know I'm not. I'm watching everything to make sure that I don't have a fever or pain. And if I did, I'd go back to the emergency room immediately. So as long as it's holding up and these girls are like helping, you know, carry everything that's way too heavy for me to pick up. But we're going to get it done.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm so glad to see that you're out. I was wondering when I saw the shows coming up and seeing all those blasts online, you know, with your GoFundMe and your friend like raising money through the T-shirts.
Yeah. Incredible. And thank you guys so much. Like Ryan Young, Off With Their Heads, fourth shift printing. He just was like, we're going to do a T-shirt. Because I was about to go out on the road with him and open up for my first solo acoustic tour. And I was so excited. Like my whole life, I've wanted to be brave enough to go do that, you know. And finally, I was brave enough to do it. And the universe was like, dude, you got to take a break. You're sick. Like, and as much as I kept trying, like flying out there and being like, I called him 4 days before and was like, I don't know about this. I'm not feeling any better. But I did it anyways. And he really, in the punk rock community, you guys just came through for me in a way that like, I was able to come home and not just have $200 in my bank account. I was able to buy food, the stuff that I needed to get healthy so I could fight and be able to be here now, period. That's it.
So awesome. Well, you ladies, you kick so much fucking ass. What kind of challenges do you face being a female in the predominantly male punk scene?
Same. It's getting better, you know?
Yeah.
It's getting better everywhere, but it's the same shit.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, like, whenever anything goes horribly wrong, we think, is this because we're women?
Yeah, now we're like openly saying, is this because we're women? And to the men's faces too. Is this because we're women?
Yeah.
It's like, God, no. You don't want to be on the ass end of that one.
Yeah.
I think just some people take women as like, we don't know what we're doing or know what we're talking about. And it's like, well, you know, most of us have been doing this for over 20 years.
Dude, given our lives,
We've been in a lot of bands and we know our gear and equipment and we know how to play, you know? So it's like, I think over the years and over the time, things have gotten and progressed and gotten better, but there's still some parts where I feel there still needs work to be done. And you know, there's still a lot of egos and people, I think in between bands get jealous and they get weird. And we're not here to say, hey, we're better than you just because we're women or we're not. I mean, I just feel like sometimes like if we were men, if we'd be treated differently, you know what I mean? Or like,
I know right now it's like good. Like
Yeah.
to have a diverse band right now is like you'll get booked more, at least where we live. You know what I mean? Like, I know people are like looking to diversify the personnel in their band right now. And I think that's cool that's like, you know what I mean? No one's telling you to do that, but you know that you'll get better shows if you have like different colors of people and different gender identities, and like that's the way it should be.
Stuff, not you know what do women have to bring to the table in terms of songwriting? Women have always been writing great fucking songs.
Just any other voice.
Any other voice
besides
has always
like
been writing and creating, and now getting more of a chance to be in the forefront. And that's so cool.
There's still people that will talk shit because, there's another girl band, another feminist fucking bullshit band. And it's like, well, who's going to do it if we don't? You know, I mean, we as women, we've come a long way, and we still have to go through a lot of shit just to be somewhere in this industry, you know what I mean? In this male dominant industry. And we're fortunate enough, like, to be on a great indie label that supports us and backs us, and we have the freedom to go out there and rock and do our thing and put out music that is that means a lot to us, and
it means a lot to people now, you know what
right
I mean? Which is the coolest
you know,
thing
and
ever.
put messages out for people and to relate to a lot of people, because we've also been there ourselves. You know, we've been discriminated against, and we've all gone through struggles and ups and downs. And I mean, just because, you know, it doesn't matter where you're from or where you know, how you grew up, but
My friend's 10-year-old daughter, Blair, is a mini punk rocker in training, and she has a full-on mohawk. She committed, shaved the sides. And she is a big fan of you guys, so she had a question for you. She just got her first drum set, and she says she wants to be a drummer when she grows up. And from you guys, what advice do you have for her?
don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do it, and practice.
Watch videos of other really great drummers you love.
learn other people's songs.
Yeah. Have a good ear, and just practice, and just
sit into it. You know
have
what I mean? Like,
fun.
get in there.
That's like the key thing, is to have fun in what you're doing. You know what I mean? So that makes me happy to hear that. We need more women drummers and musicians. So come on, girl. You might have to sit in for me one day. So
If you love doing it, regardless if it's playing drums, if that's something that you don't end up wanting to do, just fall into something that you really want to do, and have patience for it. Because if you really enjoy doing it, you will work at it and get better and better, and you're just gonna love that particular talent so much more.
Totally. You're going to rise and then plateau, and don't be impatient with yourself while you're in that plateau phase and think that you'll never get better, because you will if you keep pushing. It's a fact.
Playing is a continuous learning
Everybody,
process.
for masters, I mean, we are novices when it comes to music.
You know,
what I mean?
learn a
Like,
scale, Stacey.
we're all heart. You know what I mean? We write songs from just kind of our hearts. Nothing that is trained. You know, so it just comes from believing in yourself and not giving up and wanting to do it.
If you also, if you, Blair, start a band, it's okay to do it before you think you're really great, because you'll get better when you play. That's the cool
It
thing.
makes you so much better when you play live. Like,
And having to practice and do it over and over again is when you'll get
we
better.
learned this in Rock Camp a couple years ago, that it's okay to fuck up.
Make mistakes.
It's
okay.
It's okay. So that was very encouraging for a lot of the young kids, because, you know, they got frustrated when they would play because they wanted to be perfect and awesome, like on the first day. And that doesn't happen to a lot of us. It takes years to perfect your instrument and to learn, but never give up and never stop, and just believe in yourself that you will get better and good one day. And always start your own band, for sure.
Just sit down behind the drums and innately know how to play. You don't know until you try. You know what I mean? So go for it.
So we're back. We had to move from inside because the bar was opening. So
They needed to open. They need to make money. They need to make money.
second location. Aside from being in a band together, you girls seem like you have a really tight bond and genuinely enjoy being around each other. What has kept you close over the years?
learning about each other and understanding each other. Like we were just reading this really in-depth like birthday
Secret
numerology,
language of birthdays.
yeah, in the van, and like reading everybody's and being like, oh, that's totally you,
We
or
called
like
each other out.
it was
reading
great.
the internet. It was
yeah,
great.
yeah, it was fun. But it's like to know somebody that well, to know like if
To be
this like
oh shit, that's right.
4-page horoscope is true or not, and pick it apart and be like, no, or that was there, and like just have fun. You know, this is like my marriage is with you guys.
Yeah.
Like
It's a really good, honest, healthy relationship because we don't let things fester. We don't let one person rule the roost. Like everybody's got a stake in this. Everybody gets to be who they are in this.
that's it.
You know what I mean? Like we're not trying to make everybody be exactly the same. Like wear something. You know what I mean? We're just being ourselves and getting to fucking travel the world and play our music, and that's the coolest thing in the world. You know, like.
Yeah. We keep it real, you know. We have we
that shit
everybody
real,
has their moments. We're not girls that like to fight and scream and brawl with each other. We have a good time, and I think because we've spent so much time together and we're gone a lot, and it's like this is what we got, and if we don't make this work, and whether we're home or on the road, then we're not going to work. You know, it's just gonna go to shit. So we have to learn to treat each other right and to talk to each other and be able to handle each other off and on the road kind of situation and act. And we're like family. So, I mean, like I spend more time with all these girls than I do with my own family, you know? So, and we have to make it work. And I mean, this is what we worked
successful
hard.
together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's each
It's
one of
not
us has
easy.
brought something to this
Yeah.
to make a success, something that's becoming successful, and that's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, and
we
especially-
didn't plan for it. It just
Right.
is happening.
Happen.
So it's like.
And especially with
Thank God we
Stacey's
like each
recent
other.
ordeal of getting sick, I think it brought us even more together because, I mean, we love her, and it was like, oh my God, like, she could die. Like, this is serious shit, you know? It's like, you know, we care about each other to make sure that we're all okay, whether it's mentally or physically, or even just like,
Totally.
you know what I mean?
like,
checking in with each other.
yeah.
It's okay.
Gardening, really.
We're not here to
This is
outdo one
overgrowth.
another and like, right. We're not here to outdo one another and be like, well, I'm better than you. Because a lot of bands are like that. A lot of bands have egos, and that's the reason why they break up and they don't work
Drop
out.
the ego.
You know? So
It's
cut
not
this
healthy.
shit out,
It's
guys.
why? Like,
Cut
if
it
you're
out.
in a band,
Yeah.
you're in a team.
Have fun.
Why would you want to be involved in a team that doesn't want to work together?
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
would hate it if we were in
unreal.
a van and all hated each other and had
Yeah.
to drive around not talk. And you know, there were times where things were uncomfortable like that with us at the beginning,
Yeah.
and we didn't understand each other, and we didn't agree to not to have a bullshit-free kind of relationship.
Yeah.
But we work at it. We check in with each other. If one person's going too far, it's like, hey, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
and we also give each other space too. If people need space,
Yeah.
leave them alone. You know, it's like it's okay. Not everything is perfect. We're not perfect, so
No.
you know, it's all good.
I think also everybody's kind of a good influence on each other. Like, you know what I mean? From when we started, and it was like this kind of a wreck in a van that was fun. Like,
and didn't want to hang out.
We've
I was
grown up a lot in the last few
Yeah.
years.
yeah, that's good.
we
get
hang out with
crazy.
each other. Yeah, we really enjoy it.
Seems like it. I mean, I think that's really apparent in all your posts on social media that you just genuinely have a lot of fun together and you like enjoy each other's company, which is something that's really special, and you guys are lucky to have that.
Having 4 women that are working together for something that's bigger than ourselves is fucking cool, and not letting ourselves get in the way of it is even cooler. You know, so
Yeah, we're just more appreciative, and I think when you get older and you grow older, you get more wiser, and you learn to appreciate things. So it's like we appreciate every moment we have together. Most of us didn't think we'd have this opportunity, and the fact that we have this opportunity to do it, we're doing it, and it's like, why be dicks and fuck this up?
be grateful.
You know, it's like,
and we want to be positive, and we want to show that it's possible to go out into the world and be happy and positive and make other people find a way to find that in themselves. That's a big thing.
Your video that you posted for the Sidewalk Project, I watched that and I literally started just bawling my eyes out for the whole thing, where you played music for the people on Skid Row and you helped serve them food. How did you get involved in that?
After I got sober, I was one of my great friends, Soma Snake Oil. She also got sober like 6 months later, and we're the same age, and we were fucked up together. You know, talking about, well, we hit 40, we're gonna fucking change, and we're gonna do good stuff, and we're gonna be bosses of our lives, and all that, you know. And we didn't actively try, but the universe kind of just said, you guys are gonna do that. And in doing so, like, I was thinking one day, what would be awesome for her, and how could I support her? And I thought maybe we should find some charity stuff that we could do. And I talked to her about it at Riot Fest, and then we started talking more and more and more and more. And then we had meetings about it, and our great friend Emily came on board, and the three of us have just been kind of kicking around the idea of wanting to bring arts and music to our homeless communities, because we feel that, like, maybe when you're down there and you're down on your luck, like, we're not here to judge an addict for being a crackhead and being on the fucking streets. We're not. It's all about trying to bring the spirit back, you know, like, if we find the real artist down there, how can we get them to get that joy again, that fire in their belly for something? Because when you're good at something, you want to fucking do it, you know what I mean? So, like, finding that woman Radio that came and sang At Last, when we were down there, it was like she could fucking sing, man. Like, and she was like, I smoke crack, it's cool. Like, and it was like, you do, but you also have this amazing voice. And I know that after she did that, and it was on video, she felt good about herself. She fucking probably felt really great for the next 5 days talking about that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, if we could get kids that are, you know, having to be on the street for either because they're you know, their parents, or they're run away, or whatever situation, if we could get kids to find art and music as a way to live a more fulfilled life, we want to do that. If we could find people that are struggling, like, we've got a great friend, Crucio, down there right now, and his family, him and his wife and his 2 kids live on the street, and their 2 dogs, you know. And he's a fucking amazing artist, and she's a casual working down on the docks, trying to be a longshoreman, and they're living in fucking tents in Skid Row, man. And he's down there cleaning the streets once a week. He's down there, excuse me, it gets me fired up, but he's down there, like, you know, creating art and getting people involved in it, because it's important. Art is important for the spirit in any capacity, like making clothes, fucking making cakes, all that stuff, you know, like making songs is important. So if I could be part of that, I want to. And so does Soma, and so does everybody that's invested in the Sidewalk Project. We don't know what we're doing next, but we're feeding 800 people on the 25th of February. We're going to be down there with more music, more songs. I want to bring a couple acoustic guitars and say, hey, have you know, if anybody comes up and is like, oh, yeah, I used to play, it's like, fucking pick that thing up, man. Let's hear you play. I want to get people stoked and reinvigorated with the stuff that drives them in their passion, because it gives people a sense to fucking do something else than smoke crack.
Yeah. You know what happened to Radio, though, right? There's been an update on her.
No, what happened?
Well, I guess after that incident, you know, because I was there that weekend too, helping Stacey and them, I heard an update that after she sung with you guys, like, because she came up and goes, I used to sing, I used to perform, I used to be on stage, and I used to do this, you know, and she knows that drugs brought her down there, and she's been struggling, and that's her struggle, and she knows it, and she's working hard on trying to get off it and get back to what she was doing. So after that incident that weekend, I heard that she actually got a gig and she was singing. So I was like, so that's what I'm saying. It works for some people. And I know that homeless is a big deal right now, and people like are bashing homeless and saying these, you know, these people are, they're still human beings, and any one of us can be in that position any day. And it's like they all had a life, you know. Everybody did something.
Everybody's got a fucking chance to be somebody, man.
But if you give someone a chance like that, and you can go help them, or you can give them a chance just to shine for a second and make them feel good or happy about themselves, like that day with Radio, and I mean, just that incident made her go back and do what she used to do. And I hope it keeps her from doing drugs and gets her back to doing what she used to do, and like perform.
She's so goddamn talented. You know? There's no, you know, but to forget that, so I'm glad that. Dude, that rules.
I thought you knew. I thought you knew. Yeah, I saw that update and I was like, that's great.
walking down Hollywood Boulevard a few months ago, and I saw Soma just sitting with a group of street punks just hanging out.
Digs it, dude. She loves it. She's like, let's go sleep on the streets for 3 nights. And I was like, you know what? I grew up in the trailer park. That was close enough. I don't want to go do that. You know, I will do it, but it scares me because it's too close to home. That's how I felt. You know, but she's fearless. You know what I mean? She's fucking fearless, and I love her for that. Artistically, her art's amazing. As a woman, she owns it all, man.
Yeah.
That woman is just incredible. I'm lucky to be her friend.
Yeah, she's pretty badass. So you girls have a really busy year coming up, playing tons of shows and festivals. What are some must-haves you pack in your suitcase before you head out on the road?
Dry shampoo or baby powder.
Yeah.
Baby wipes. Baby wipes.
Face wipes. I didn't bring them this time, but yeah.
Everybody else did. You're good.
Yeah. We usually have one hair dryer, one straightener, one curling iron. You try to bring your own pillow or a pillow. If you're traveling Europe, you usually have a neck pillow or a pillow buddy.
Don't
right?
forget to bring a towel.
Yeah, bring a towel.
Lots of
Towels are
socks,
essential.
boots,
Yeah.
if you can, especially Europe at festival stuff if you can.
More socks than you think.
Yeah, more socks than you think.
That's it.
Super glue was a big one for me on the Warped Tour, though. It saved my ass because
Oh.
my fingers got my
Cough drops. Cough drops.
Band-Aids.
drops, yeah,
Cough
cough
drops if
drops.
you sing. And Band-Aids.
Band-Aids.
Last question, who came up with the name Bad Cop, and how did they come up with it?
Might have been Jen.
Our
original
bass
bassist.
player, yeah. She had wanted to name a band that for a long time, and we thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And we kept doing projects, and I was like, is this too Bad Cop? And she was like, no. And then this came up, and she was like, I think this is it. So we finally
We
went
just
with
kept
it.
going. We kept going through like cop movies. So that's where it originally came from.
We were really into Lethal Weapon. Like
yeah,
we were
we
gonna
were
call it
doing,
like Lethal Weapon 7 or something. Like
yeah. We were doing some
we
really
were really
bad
into
names.
It's Always Sunny in Philly.
And
at
then
the time.
she was just like, well, how about just Bad Cop? But that came from a movie, and then everyone is always asking us that.
People
Did
are
it come
asking
from
us
Good
the
Cop,
good
Bad
guys.
Cop, or
No,
Bad
the
Cop,
good
Bad Cop
guys.
show? I'm like, no, it didn't. It actually
It
came
didn't.
from
She
just.
had it before that.
Yeah, it was way before. It just came from something in a movie that was said, Bad Cop, and then we were just like, and we were like, that's kind of cool, but just one. And then we're like, no, we need
really
to do
ask
it
her.
twice.
We need to know the answer
Yeah.
to that question.
Yeah.
Why,
Jen.
why did you come up with this? Because I remember asking her, did you get that from the fucking Good Guys movie? And she said, no. But maybe she was lying, and I'll ask her.
Yeah, we'll have to reconfirm that,
Yeah,
but
we're
it's
gonna
been
be-
We'll have a
while.
follow up in a third location
right.
with
2
you.
3 weeks.
Oh man. Well, thank you ladies so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, you girls are fucking awesome, and I'm so excited to see you play tonight.
Yay.
We're Bad Cop, and you're watching Last Rockers TV. Hey!